and today I'm actually gonna be off-roading my Tacoma. Also, I plasti dipped my wheels black. Let's get started. This video isn't going to be my regular format. I'm gonna try something a little bit different here. When my friends and I were planning on going off-roading, they asked if I was going to bring all my production equipment along, and I was like, nah, I just wanna hang out with you guys and have fun. And so we went and we started off-roading, and we were already filming just on our phones, and I thought, you know what? I could actually splice this together, and then I can tell you guys how 4 bone stock trucks did off-roading. And when I say bone stock, I mean these are not the off-road trims of these trucks. None of these trucks have limited slip differentials. None of them even have rear lockers. They do all have 4 high and 4 low, but that's it. I'm going to start by introducing you guys to all the trucks and all my friends, and then I'm going to narrate how our day went with all the footage that I have combined. Starting off, I have a 2019 Tacoma SR5. And that's powered by a 3.5 liter Atkinson Cycle V6. Up next, my friend Jake has a 2003 Dodge Dakota Sport powered by a 4.7 liter Magnum V8.
Hi, my name is Jake, and I bought a Dodge.
Oh.
I bought a Dodge.
Up next, my friend Cooper also has a 2003, but his is a Ford F350 6-liter diesel. Yes, it's the 6.0. Even Cooper knows.
Hi, I'm Cooper, and I own a 6.0.
Surprisingly, Cooper's truck has over 215,000 miles on it, though I will say I've known Cooper for about a year and a half, and I think his mechanic has seen his truck more than I've seen it. And lastly, rounding out the pack, my brother Tucker has a 2000 Toyota Tundra Limited. That also has a 4.7 liter V8 in it, though this is Toyota's version compared to Dodge's Magnum.
Hi, my name's Isaac. No, I'm Isaac! No! Let the world! My name's Isaac!
Now that you've met everybody and their trucks, let's get started on how the actual off-roading day went. So grab some popcorn and pull up a chair, because this is gonna be one fun video. And no, there is no lenses in these glasses. Actually, there's nothing in this notebook either, but you know, it lends to the dramatic effect. We decided to go off-roading at famous Redding Outdoors. This video is not sponsored by them in any way. It was just the closest location to where we all lived. And it's famous, so I mean, come on, we had to try it out. So when we first got there, we decided to head down one of the trails, which started out pretty basic. I mean, it was essentially just a gravel road with a couple of bigger stones. Off-roading on light gravel is kind of like when you're talking to a girl and she's like, oh, I love hiking. And then you take her hiking and she's like, I hate this. This is so hard. I'm so tired. And you're like, I thought you said you loved hiking. And she's like, yeah, I do on paved trails. And you're like, that's not hiking. That's walking next to trees. Eventually, though, the trail got a little bit more difficult. That brought us to our first really cool site that we saw, which was this big industrial mill crane thing. I'm sure somebody is commenting furiously in the comment section about what it is, and that I'm dumb that I don't know what it is. But it had a giant American flag hanging from it. So naturally, like 4 early 20s white guys, we parked all of our trucks there and took a bunch of photos. Eventually, though, after we finished our photo op, we hit our most challenging obstacle yet. We went down this really tight, small trail into this valley area, and they had these really big mud puddles.
Yeah, buddy!
Ooh, he found that same rock.
mod to any of the trucks is Cooper has a 3-inch lift on his F-350. He bought it like that. But that truck is an absolute behemoth, 3-inch lift or not. Then up next, we went up a really steep climb. I actually took point on this one. Tucker's truck made it okay. Jake's Dakota made it fine. Cooper actually got stuck because he wanted to put it in 2-wheel drive up the hill and, quote, hear his diesel whine, unquote. And I think it did whistle a little bit, but he got stuck, so he had to put it in 4 to get up the hill. That's when we filmed the intro clips of where we all introduced ourselves.
Hi, I'm Isaac, and this is the 2021 Toyota Tacoma. I was gonna say that.
After that, we decided to head up another pretty steep hill, but this one had much bigger rocks. Again, I took point on this, but our mistake was we didn't get a spotter, and there was a huge rock that I hit and totally scraped up my front skid plate. Thankfully, I have that, but I even scraped the rock really bad because I tried to go forward and it just wasn't working. Thankfully, I could back up. Didn't damage anything, just scratched my skid plate, which, you know, it's kind of like a war wound. It's fun. And then I was spotter for everybody else to get up to get around that large rock.
Thus far, all of our stock trucks have been able to do pretty well on these off-road trails.
And then we decided to go back down the hill, even though the trail continued around. We wanted to kind of challenge ourselves a little bit more. And then again, we used spotters, and so it was a lot easier to come back down the hill this time. This hill really felt like a lot more than just beginner off-roading because we had to take it pretty slow as to make sure we didn't damage anything underneath the trucks.
That's how you do it.
And then we took a lighter path, but it had some fun bumps on it, and we ended at the Dark Water site. That was the one site for Reading Off-Road that we were at the majority of the day, by doing some donuts. Then we parked our trucks and got out, and we wanted to talk about which site to go to next, if we should call it a day. And as we were talking, a gentleman in a Can-Am flew past us. You know, he gave us a little wave, and naturally we kind of just watched him as we were still talking, and he took a corner really fast and he flipped the Can-Am. And so we sprinted over because we were like, oh my goodness, we make sure this guy's okay. And thankfully he was, but he took the corner a little fast. Just really thankful that he was all right. We decided to go to another site that was like across the road, and we only stayed there for probably 40 minutes to an hour. It looked like the plains of Africa. It was actually really cool, but it was generally more light off-roading. We decided to take one path. Jake led in the Dakota, so we went down this hill to these giant rocks, which is kind of interesting. I wonder how they got these rocks out there, because they were gargantuan. And we parked our trucks, and that's when we decided to call it a day, because we had seen just so much. But it was just such an awesome experience. Definitely something we want to do yearly all together. So if you have a truck that you're like, oh no, this is like a stock truck, I'm positive you could do most of these trails in any truck. Probably not the new Maverick, because that's really low. You'd need some ground clearance, but you don't need a lot of those off-road features to have some fun on a trail. And that's really the point of this video, is we had so much fun and we bonded as brothers, and it was just really cool, and we didn't have all those crazy off-roading features. That basically concludes this video. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I am a Christian, so if you have any prayer requests, you can actually leave those in the comment section below. I'd also love to hear your guys' off-roading stories. I absolutely love reading the comment section. It makes my day. It's so much fun. So if you have any off-roading stories, maybe even stories where you did get stuck, I'd love to hear it, because those are always fun. And I like to do a weekly Bible verse. With that, here you go, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.